love it.
I'm glad you loved the album.
No, you blew me away with this one.
I was torn between giving you another Ice Cube album, but I was like,
this is perfect.
woo! Alright, everybody, this is Mawan here at Dash Radio with one of the sons of South Central and one of LA's motherfucking finest.
Come on,
One
man.
of my favorite artists coming up at LA. Not coming up at LA. You run LA. Like, you in that motherfucking now.
Thank you, brother.
AzChike, how you doing?
Man, I'm good, brother. Thank you for having me here. You know I had to come here after the shit dropped. It was only right.
Of course, man.
He was on my mind, man.
I was hyped because I was like, what's Chike gonna hit us with? It had been 2 years. You know what I mean?
For real.
And
for
right
real.
when I saw the name of the project, something felt right to me. I was like, Chike Different. So
Yeah.
I was like, you are different.
That was definitely just the motive behind that shit. I guess what I really wanted to show with the shit was just like the growth, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just the growth between
Singing
shit.
now. I hear you on some tracks
Yeah,
doing straight little melodies.
vibes, yeah,
You know?
fucking with the sounds, man.
So you know, Chike, every time you come through, I do that corny thing where I give the artist the album.
That ain't corny to me. I love it. You gave me the Ice Cube last time.
I gave you the Ice Cube Predator. Well, I got another artist, and I felt like you are different outside of the album being called Chike Different.
Okay.
You're just not the typical LA cat to me, but you are.
Absolutely.
Like, you embody LA 200% to the T.
Okay.
But you being different to me is what's so like LA about you. So
Okay.
this isn't an LA artist, but tell me, will you fuck with Devin the Dude?
Oh shit!
The Gotta Be Me. That's that Devin the Dude I wanted to give you, Chike.
Hey, nah, you too on point, gang.
You fuck with the Devin the Dude?
Do I?
I know.
I be on the toilet, boo-booing.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I know the Devin the Dude. What?
And you know what? I was going to say, man, one thing
Holy
about
shit.
Devin, there's nobody like Devin. There's
At
never
all.
been anyone like that. And
At all.
not that you're like him at all, but there's no one like Chike.
Damn, that's
You
that's
a unique
beautiful
motherfucker,
comparison.
man.
Thank you so much, bro.
Nah, I had to give
fuck
that
with
to you
this.
because last time we met, I gave you the Ice Cube because I knew that was like, you know, your
And that
big
was
artist.
a home hitter right there too. I fuck with that.
But now that
Devin
I've
the
been
Dude,
listening, so after I got to interview you with Rucci, shout out Rooch Dog, y'all had courtesy of us. That really put me onto you. To be honest with you, I hadn't listened to your projects front to back, like to where I dedicated this whole car ride to a Chike project.
Okay.
And I was listening, I'm like, oh shit. I was like, no, this motherfucker is like, whoa. Because you actually, to me, I really appreciate hip hop. I guess the easiest way to put it is like, that's just rapping.
Yeah,
You know
yeah, I
what I
was
mean?
gonna say that. I figured
Just
that's what you're
rapping,
talking about.
no tapping, no melodies.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
bars,
yeah,
like-
just bars, just gas. I really, I was just saying that. I think like a day ago, me and my brother AzSwaye, we really pride ourselves on that shit. Like, if you can't rap, we low key laughing at you. like that's the whole thing. But that's how we maneuver through all the sounds and different, like, you know what I mean, eras of music. I feel like if you know how to rap, that's your longevity right there.
Yes.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel like that trend will never, like, there's so many trends in hip hop, but just delivering good raps, you know
That'll
what I mean?
never get old.
Barred out, creative. And the other thing with Devin is Devin the Dude was funny. Like, you listen to
Extremely
some
funny.
Devin the Dude shit,
I
you're
just told you,
laughing.
I'll be in the bathroom, boo booing. Like, that's a real song, but he talking about some real shit though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So when I heard Chike Different, I knew right away. I had done my research, so I knew you love Devin. But
That's
right
a
away, I was
fact.
like, oh, I'm giving him the Devin the Dude album. I knew
That was
I've had this
perfect.
album for like 10 years, like whenever. And
That's
I knew I was like,
perfect.
oh, I'm giving him that.
That's so motherfucking perfect. I ain't gonna lie. I was playing Devin the Dude when I was fucked up in my mama crib. Like, he got a song with Andre 3000 and Snoop Dogg. I forget the actual name
I
of
don't know
it.
that one. I don't think it's on there. That's,
Nah. But that's the way it is. But they rapping about being a rapper, standing in the studio all night. They baby mamas not fucking with them because they coming home at 4 a.m. Like,
and it was so raw.
yeah, like
That's what was so hard about Devin, and same with you. So when I listen to Chike Different, one of my favorite things about an artist is when I get to meet the artist or even just see them on Instagram and on YouTube.
Fire.
And you're the person that's rapping. Like, you're not putting on a facade at all.
Nah, hell no.
I'm 99.999% sure AzChike is AzChike. You know
Nah,
what I mean?
100%. That's where the whole Chike Different came from, and yeah, definitely like niggas just love to rap, bro. Like I take pride. I don't know. It really intrigued me on the wordplay, the double time drums, the similes, the metaphors, and that shit. It just hit different. Like
even just making shit up. So like, I gotta ask you for a definition on something.
Okay, talk to me.
So on Keisha and Becky, you're consistently saying like, you know, I always substitute, so you know, the N word with homie. So if you hear me say homie, that's because I'm not trying to get checked out in these streets.
100.
I've been on this for years too. I've never dropped the N word in my life.
I love it.
So when you say like, I'm gonna go up on a fuck homie, or you say like, I'm gonna go up bands on a fuck bitch.
Okay.
What does this mean? I gotta know, or at least the kids at home need to understand what that means.
It's pretty much like a flex. One of them, I just up stick. I think I said up stick, but up stick is just like, you feel me? I just whipped out. I just whipped out my
good, you know?
Yeah, my piece. Like, all right, I got the flame on me, and I just whipped out. I just up stick, cause you got to pull out. You gotta up it. You know what I'm saying? And then when I say that about like on a female, basically like just flexing on a broke bitch to keep it a G, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I just up bands on a broke bitch, on a fuck bitch, like, you know what I'm saying? Definitely a flex, and you definitely got to do that because I'm a strip club rebel, so you gonna have to flex on some hoes.
I feel like you are a strip club connoisseur.
Come on, man. I have to calm down so I can buckle down and, you know what I mean, get to work, do press runs, but I will be back in that club very soon.
Have you been to Atlanta yet?
I have been to Atlanta. I've been to one good strip club out there in 2020, and I love that strip club. Like, I was,
wait, you didn't go to Magic City?
You had to have gone to Magic City. Nah, I don't think I did.
Oh, you gotta go there. Do you know the history of that motherfucker?
Not really, but I know it's a real monumental.
It's like Cirque du Soleil, you know that shit they do in Vegas with like 100 people swinging from but strippers. They're doing like real art. They're actually climbing on the roofs, swinging on each other.
So it's worth your while throwing that money.
And that's where Future actually, him and Esco used to take their records, play them there first. And if it bumped at Magic City, he knew it was good for the project.
I think I heard that story before. That's fire.
Yeah, they used to just go there, like when they were making Beast Mode and all those albums and tapes. They would test the records out at Magic City. So that's like the strip club that I can't wait to find out when Chike went to Magic City.
Oh yeah, say less. Now that's on the list.
Yeah, they're gonna tap you out there though. I went there. It's a true story. I went there 2018, day after Christmas. The strippers were lazy, and I knew something was up. You know, like when you know they're not motivated. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like no one was like. Normally, you walk into a strip club. This is why personally I hate strip clubs, because it's like walking into a fucking like swap meet or like, you know, where they're like, yo, come buy my shit, come buy my shit.
Oh, yeah. I hate those strip clubs.
So I went to Magic City one time, day after Christmas, like 2018, and I'm like, I'm so confused. These strippers aren't approaching me. They're not trying to take my money. And I asked the girl, and she goes, oh, honey, Rick Ross blew $300K last night. It's just something like that, 200 to 300. I was like, excuse me? She's like, oh, we're good. We don't even care about tonight. She's like, have a good time if you want some wings. So you got to be ready.
What? Yeah, you definitely got competition in that motherfucker.
First time I went there, I pulled out $500. I never felt so poor in my life.
Oh, my God.
Like the strippers are looking at me with $500 like, oh, you good. And like going to somebody else. So you really love strip clubs, though?
Nah, for sure. I definitely do my research on them. One strip club we went to, they was real life scamming us.
What?
On me.
In Vegas?
Out here.
In L.A.?
In L.A. And the stripper told us, like, we got booked for the shit, and, like, I guess our back end, they gave us to us in ones. They like for you to throw your money that you just made, like, so they get their money back. But,
get the fuck out of here.
So that's like the little scheme. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but I think we told a stripper like to go get us 100 ones or something like that. Or like, oh, no, we was giving 100 ones to the stripper to like get some food or some drinks.
Okay.
And she was like, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, that's not $100. Like, we gave y'all all 80 stacks. Like, every stack is missing a 20. Like, oh God. Oh, if you hear it on a Big Dog song I got on the tape, With Mike Sherm, the Big Dog song, I say, why hit the club, little bitch try to scam me? That's a fact.
Oh, shit. That's real. That's why I said you're so real.
That's a fact, bro. They was trying to scam us. They gave us all 80
They were cutting
stacks.
20% off top.
After sitting down, I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm not throwing any bread. Like
This is literally like what's happening in the world today with like fentanyl.
Yeah.
Is people cutting 10, 20% profits, fucking over the client. I was just at a festival. They said they sent 15 people to the hospital because fentanyl.
That shit is
People
too
were
wicked.
taking Teslas. This is for all the kids. I was at Beyond Wonderland a weekend ago.
Wonderland,
They sent
I seen that.
15 to 20 people to the hospital on Teslas. Someone was walking around selling Teslas just with a shitload of fentanyl.
That while we on the interview, that's one thing you do not do. You do not buy drugs at the festival. Rule number fucking one. If you want to really get drugs, have your plug already or know somebody that knows somebody. And even that gets tricky, but buying drugs at a festival, like, I ain't gonna lie.
Anything in
that's
the powder
airhead
form.
shit.
Right now, in LA specifically, do not buy anything in powder form.
No.
Unless you know the motherfucker cares enough about you.
Or unless you've been working with this motherfucker and you know what I'm saying, you already know the vibes and you got a relationship with him. But
or you get those strips. I'm glad we brought, because I was gonna bring up Tesla or the X and be like, what message you have for the kids?
Oh yeah, please no Fenty.
I didn't know what Tesla was even until this festival, and then your project came out, and I'm like, oh, me and Chike gotta send a little PSA to the kids.
Nah, absolutely. I don't fuck with that shit because I love a good ecstasy high. So you can't get that off no fucking fentanyl. Like, you know what I'm saying? They put that shit in uppers, downers. It don't matter. Like that should let you know it's some bullshit.
Wait, if I'm correct, they can only chop fentanyl into something that's like powder form, right? You can't get it on weed, right? Because I be smoking dumbass amount of weed.
You can't get it in weed, but I've seen them do it before.
In weed?
Yeah, I think in like Texas, like on some
Why
random
would they
shit.
do that? You must be trying to kill somebody.
Everybody's just thirsty,
Because you're not chopping
bro.
it. Maybe it makes it heavier.
And some people actually like fentanyl highs, surprisingly. Some people actually like them shits, bro.
Man, this generation's fucked, dog. This new generation, motherfuckers be doing bath salts. They
Hey,
like fentanyl.
well, I ain't gonna lie, I came across some fake pills and fucked me up. So like, I know, like, I made it on a skim rim because I don't take the whole drug. I never do that. Like, I always microdose every piece of drug till I reach my peak. Like, and then I'm done. Once I reach my peak, I know I'm good.
And at least that way, if you've had a quarter of it and you feel something, you know not to take the rest.
You can control your high. Like, I always do that. I never just pop the whole thing. Like that. Fuck no. Fuck no.
Responsible pill popping.
Absolutely. I want the best high possible.
Yeah.
I love a lockjaw. I love a good lockjaw. I love grinding my teeth.
You're who they need to send to schools. Because
Come
they be
on,
sending
man.
people like, don't do drugs, kids. They're going to do the drugs.
Yeah, now let me tell you how to do the drugs.
This is like that Chappelle show skit where he's like, I used to go get my drugs off Oscar on 9. And a little kid sitting there writing down and shit.
It was real facts.
Man, but one thing about you, Chike, that the first time I got to meet you, I realized, like, to your core, maybe I'm wrong, but like you seem like a good human being.
Nah, yeah, man, definitely.
You're a real cool cat. Like, I really thought you were gonna be on some like fuck shit. Like, I was like, you were gonna be angry. You know what I mean? But you're real cool.
Nah, I'll be angry most of the time. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah,
but
I've never seen you like even on the gram. You're always cool. You just keep shit cool. You're always positive.
For the most part, because, you know what I'm saying, life is beautiful. And I don't know, it's so much shit to be mad at about here. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like.
But like, how do you like stay? Because look, I tried to be an artist when I was like 17, 18. And I realized every artist is going through some shit. Depression or like.
You ain't
lying. No
artists
are happy to me. But something about Chike, you're always upbeat, happy, smiling.
I don't know. I guess it's like a finding yourself thing. Although everything's going on, I still know who I am. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I kind of give myself advice constantly too. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I just learned to like never really do shit out of emotion. Like, sit and think before you make that move. Like, feel how you gonna feel, filter it out.
I love that.
And then make your move, because I mean, everybody gonna fuck up. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I still have my fuck ups, but overall, yeah, just that's the way you gotta move though. You gotta love life.
Up.
And then I seen something from Mos Def one time. He said, to be kind is a form of intelligence. Like, you know what I'm saying? To be kind is a form of intelligence because it's so easy to be mad at shit.
Yeah, certainly.
So the simple fact that you can be nice in a fucked up situation, it just says that you got a certain amount of knowledge. You know something that person don't. You know what I'm saying?
That's a higher level of intelligence.
Yeah, so I like kindness definitely.
Damn.
So it's always good to be good to somebody. That shit go a long way.
And you just dropped a major gem to me because you're if I'm correct, you're an independent artist, right?
No, I'm signed, but I move like
you move like an independent.
Yeah, I'll make it shake.
And you never like I see so many artists that basically what I meant to say is independent. Like you run your Instagram.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Everything on
yeah, definitely independent like that.
And you never let us see like the shit you're going through. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
I see artists posting like, man, I just got fucked over for a band, and they're going a crazy way. I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear about the shit you're going through. You're supposed to be my hero, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's a really great gem you said that you never act in emotion.
Yeah, even if I do post something like that, I'ma do it in a light, a good thing. Like my house got robbed in November of last year, but like when I posted, like I literally I fucked me up a little bit, but
oh wait, this really happened?
Yeah, it really happened.
Were you in the house?
No, I was doing a free show out here, and they robbed me while I was doing the free show.
No, during the Courtesy of Us show.
Yes. That night my house was getting robbed. It was like they was watching me, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's crazy.
It was like I said, it's nothing that couldn't be replaced. Like it was just like clothes and shit, like devices, but it's nothing that couldn't be replaced. Yeah. But like I make fun of shit, like cause you know you can't be mad about shit forever, and if you do, that shit is unhealthy. So
yeah, you know, somebody once said like if somebody took a minute of your time, are you gonna ruin the rest of the 23 hours of the day? You know what I mean?
That's a good saying right there.
But wow, like. Bro, if someone would have, that's crazy. You did a free show in LA.
Well, I'm doing something positive. Motherfucker robbing my house. Amazing, ain't it?
Wow.
Fucking amazing.
Fuck LA. That's why Schoolboy said fuck LA. That is exactly why Schoolboy Q said fuck LA.
Boy, everybody want to be a fucking star.
Yeah, everybody. That's true. So you do move like an independent artist. And the reason I bring that up is when I listen to your music, I know you're from LA.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's good.
And LA is on a renaissance right now.
Absolutely.
Shoreline, BlueBucksClan, you know, I mean, Jeezy, Phoenix, fucking Blast, Bino, Wallie the Sensei. I can go all day with
Baby Stone Gorillas.
Baby Stone Gorillas, Jason Cash. And I feel like you're at like really you've been at the forefront of this for years now. What's happening in LA right now? We're so hot.
I just think it's like it's another shift. Like I've been called it like even before. I feel like before Blast like took off all the way. Like I always know, like somebody's gonna pop. So it's like I'm like I have to do the best I can because I don't want to keep watching the next man blow up in front of me. Which is no problem. It's motivation. But I'm that hungry. Like, I want to be in that position. Like, you know what I'm saying? No hater shit, but just I want to be there. Like, I need to be there. Dude. Yeah, I'm blaming myself why I'm not there. So, I always call it, like, I didn't catch the blue phase. Like, that just happened. And then, like, the Roddy happened out of nowhere. And then after that, I start catching on to the flow. And I'm like, okay, every year or two, somebody new, or either somebody new is going to come up in L.A., and then the second thing, somebody in L.A., that was just like here is gonna go there.
They're gonna go global.
Yeah, so it's like everybody have to take their turn. So that's all I'm focused on is like, okay, when is my turn gonna be? Or I don't know, but I'm gonna do everything in my power to work towards that. So that's what I think is going on right now. It's just a shift. It's a continuous rotation. As many dudes that fall off, is more getting put on. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I just feel like we're a hotbed now.
Yeah.
And one thing I noticed that change is like Young Thug did so much for Atlanta. When you look at Lil Baby, Gunna, like Atlanta all fucks with each other. Without Thug putting his hand out, you don't get the Gunnas, the Babies, the Lil Keeds, and then they're putting their hands out, and now we're getting the next generation. Everyone in LA right now is just collaborating with each other.
Pretty much.
And it's so beautiful.
I ain't gonna lie.
You and Rooch did the whole project. Kaylin, like you even have a song called Chike For Real.
Yeah.
In which you're like shouting out Kaylin.
Yes, I am.
And I think that's such a beautiful thing. I'm so glad that all of you guys are all supporting each other, lifting each other up.
Absolutely.
You know,
man.
I felt like Ty Dolla $ign doing the record with Blast was huge.
That was super huge.
And now Blast is at the point where almost like he can do a favor for Ty.
High key.
You guys are all bringing each other up.
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. I mean, you don't get nothing from being a fucking crab in a bucket. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I felt like for years, LA was a bunch of crabs in the bucket.
Yeah,
like,
for
no one
sure.
was working with each other back then. It was all beef. It was like, fuck that cat. This is my city.
That's because everybody want to be the fucking megastar. Like, there's no room for nobody to. But I don't know. I cope with that shit and just find my way, and that's why I still always go back to the Bay. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no room for you here, then go somewhere else. And
You go to the Bay, you're saying?
I go to the Bay. Like, that's where my other roots at.
Your music does sound very Bay inspired.
That's where I got my sauce at, man. I got the stardom in the field because I'm from LA, and you know that's what comes from being from here. But the music sauce, like my sound and really structuring my shit. Of course, I got my own twist to it, but it's Bay essential. Like, you know what I'm saying? For shit show. Like, I say that proudly because I only feel like a certain few motherfuckers can do that shit. Too Short did it. He's originally from LA, and he went all the way Bay.
Short's originally from LA?
Yes, sir.
I did not know that.
Too Short is from LA. He just moved to the Bay at a young age and just, you know what I mean, embraced the culture and did his thing.
Well, I've always felt like LA, like I was born in LA, raised in Orange County, as you can tell by the way I talk. But I live in LA now, so I feel like I'm from this city. And I might get hate for saying this, but I feel like we get a lot of our sauce from the Bay. And it's been like that since the early 90s.
It always has.
Even hip-hop, like Pac got his sauce from the Bay.
Now you thinking.
You know what I mean? A lot of that. So anyway, the Bay definitely, like, it trickles down here, and then we make it Hollywood.
Exactly. I've literally seen somebody say that shit on Twitter before. Like, you hit the nail on the coffin with that one.
Well, that makes sense why your music sounds so different. Why Chike is different.
Yeah,
you
man.
like the in between the Bay and LA, that like Modesto. I don't know what area it would be.
Right.
Right there, you know.
For shit show. For shit show.
Hey, my guy DJ Jax. Shout out to Jax. He's from Orlando walking around.
Oh man, good Hollywood.
So projects out. I seen the reactions been great. People have been happy. You follow up, man. That's not an easy thing to do.
Man.
Because your last project, everyone loved it.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
And I feel like one of the toughest things to do is follow up a good project. So did you feel pressure dropping this? Were you nervous?
Not at all. Like, no, the only pressure I really had was just the fact that I ain't dropped a full-length project since 2019. Like, Rich and Ratchet was my last full-length project.
And people were waiting. People were asking on Twitter, like, when's the follow-up to Rich and Ratchet? When's the follow-up?
So, I mean, it honestly felt good just to put some shit out there that was just all me and my creative process. So, the only pressure was just like, all right, you haven't dropped in a minute. But, like, I didn't care, though, because I'm like, I don't know, I just trusted myself, and I knew it was just really focused on the growth. Like, I'm not here to give you the same shit over and over again. Like, so I expect people to be like, oh, what happened to that old Chike? Exactly. You're right. What happened to him? We don't know.
Like Jay said, if you want my old shit, go buy my old shit.
Yeah, you know exactly. I mean, I haven't really been hearing that. It's just like they've been accepting the growth. So that's even better. It's just like, this sound like a way better new you. Like, it's just being accepted. And I don't know. Today makes a week since it's been out, and like, every day still has been going crazy for me. Like, I just dropped, and that just says a lot for me.
When did you know that you gave us another one? You know what I mean? Like, was it like a comment you saw where you're like, okay, the people fuck with it?
High key, it was a comment I saw.
Really?
Somebody said like this your best body of work since like My World. My World was like my very first mixtape.
Yeah,
like,
back when.
I was still in like my mom's house before I signed the deal. Anything like that was my first tape. So he said, this your best body of work since then. That was 2018. And he was like, I know you call it a mixtape, but it's an album. And I've been getting a lot of that. So that shit just made me feel good because it gave me a sense of just like, notice like, all right, you going in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what all that matters to me.
And you got a cult fan base. You got one of them fan bases that like, this is like, you can be like on that Delonte West tip in 10 years, like under a bridge doing crack, and people will still be, I fucking love Chike. Like, I fuck with Chike right away, man. Give me his cash out. People love you, man.
Yeah.
People love you. No, but I'm just saying that you got a real cult following. Like, you've built up an organic fan base.
For sure.
None of this is like put on. You're not like a label plant at all. Like, the city loves you.
I be low key jealous of them sometimes. Like, I wish I had fake followers and bullshit comments.
Keep it doing real, man.
Yeah.
I do interviews all the time. Luckily, knock on wood, I've been doing this for well over a year, but in person now. I've had, people from Black China. I got Shaq twice. I got different people. The first time my girls' cousins, they're a family of girls, called me and they were like, "Wait, are you still with the artist?" Was you? Swear to God. I didn't know what it was. It was when you came with Ruchi. My girl hit me after like, "Hey, are you still with the artist?" And I'm like, "Nah, they left," because I put my phones on airplane mode. And she's like, "Well, my cousins are the biggest Chike fan." Even to when I was up in the Bay, which is crazy because I didn't know that you had ties like that.
Yeah,
they live in the Bay.
Oh, that's
they love you up there.
Yeah, I got real roots in the Bay, man.
They were like, Chike? And I'm sitting here like, I know Shaq, I know Black China. Like, I got Kaylani's number on my phone. Who do you want me to call? I got Soldier's number. Soldier, you didn't reply to me, by the way. I tried to text Soldier, congratulating on his son.
Oh,
Fucked up, Soldier. But this was when I knew that you had the type of fan base that's gonna ride with you.
That's fire.
That's
Really I didn't even know that. I love that type of shit right there.
And I would say it's because you're so organic. Exactly who I heard on Chike Different is a man I'm sitting next to right now.
Oh Lord, yeah, for sure. And I try to tap in as much as possible. Like, I mean, gradually now, like I get like a lot more like love and notifications, trolls and hate. So I stopped checking my Instagram notifications a long time ago. Like probably like end of last year, I stopped checking them. Like I check my DMs here and there, but like. And I don't search my name on Twitter no more. Like, I used to do that shit all the time. I mean, now I do it for the tape, for promotion. But, like, because at a certain time, people be saying crazy shit.
People
like,
just say shit to piss you off.
Yeah,
man.
and I ain't gonna lie.
They're mad at themselves.
Yeah, I'm a troll back. So, if you want to talk crazy, let's talk crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Kevin Durant. You like rap game Kevin Durant on Twitter.
Like, we gonna talk crazy, but I be having to control myself because, you know what I mean? Sometimes fans will speak up for somebody else and it's not them. But what I'm saying is referred to them and I'm talking crazy. So it's somewhat instigating, starting something that wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? But it just be the fans talking crazy. But I know how to direct my trollness. Like, you could be talking about referring to someone else, and I'm gonna click on your profile pic, and we're gonna get into that.
You zoom in.
How you're doing? What's going on with you?
Well, you know that shit don't matter. Like, when I was young, one of the craziest things I heard was Jay-Z on Oprah, and she's like, "You've been in the game for 20 years. You never get into trouble. I never see you lose it. You never lose your mind." And Jay-Z was like, "I don't give a fuck what you say about Jay-Z. I'm Sean Carter."
Oh, that's fine.
He's like, "You're not gonna." He's like, "You want to offend Sean Carter? Try. It's not gonna work." He's like, "You can say what you want about Jay-Z. You don't like my album." He's like, "Give a fuck about your opinion."
Oh, that's
so
a
you know what I mean.
one.
There's Chike, and then but you really are who you are.
That's fine.
Like you are AzChike. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And Jay is Jay. I'm not trying to take anything away from Jay.
But I like how you just said how you put that.
Divide the two. If someone says something about AzChike, fuck them.
But that's the point I'm at now. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Last year I was on bullshit, beefing and responding to shit. But like, me personally now, I feel like if you do anything of that now, you didn't miss the window. Like, it's over with. Like, I'm just focused and I'm just like embracing everything good that's happening. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful, man. That's one of the things. That's one of the reasons I was so excited to see you. I feel like everybody sees a bunch of dark and a bunch of light. Yeah. And I feel like you make it a point to focus on the light.
Man, as much as possible.
You know, there's always going to be darkness. We're always going to have shit happening.
Come on, every day. It's always going to be something new. Like, so
daily.
Do yourself a fucking favor. You know what I mean?
So you told me something earlier, man. I want to get into this before we wrap here. That you went to high school with Blue Bucks. You went to high school with Jeezy from Blue Bucks
and AzSwaye. We went to the same middle school.
Middle school. Were y'all rapping then in middle school?
No, we was just like boys. We was all boys. Like, we would link up. Shout out Harold. He still hang around with Jeezy. Damn, there's some bad bitches walking across this motherfucker.
I'm looking out, man. Okay, you're looking across the street.
Yeah, man.
Nice
I saw
dresses. An old Asian lady right here, and I'm like, Chike got a weird taste.
Too. Okay, how y'all doing, baby? Okay, you smiling? I'm smiling too. What I was saying, damn, we hitting the club tonight. Don't worry about nothing. I'm acting a fool.
And he just got trained by Detroit Dust.
Oh yeah.
I dare someone to try to take his watch tonight.
Come on, man. But look, I forget what I was saying, man.
No, we were saying that.
The high school, the middle school shit. Yeah, it was all boys. Shout out Harold. He still hang around Jeezy from Blue Bucks. We all go to Harold house. We all went to Gompers Middle School on the east side of LA. Yeah, and like the East Coast Crips over there, the Broadways. We was like in the middle of all that. So we was all real homies and shit. So
how crazy. And now y'all
that shit's mind blowing.
All doing shows.
That shit mind blowing.
What's crazy is one day all three of y'all are gonna be selling out shows in LA.
Come on, same
You know what
night.
I mean? Like
yeah.
your homies are gonna be like, fuck, well whose show do I go to?
Yeah, for shit show. Now that shit definitely blows my motherfucking mind. I feel like I got something else. Like I knew somebody else in school or something.
Man. That's a beautiful thing, man.
Hell yeah.
I think you guys are doing it like really holding LA down. You know, I
love it.
Wally, Jason Cash, a lot of y'all the same thing. Like, I'm so proud to be from LA.
I didn't go to school with Wally, but we jerked together like every day.
Wallie the Sensei?
Yeah, in high school.
Get the fuck, y'all were jerking?
God and his cousin,
I can see you
Steven.
jerking. Wally the Sensei was jerking?
Wallie the Sensei was hard. You know, the backflip, all that shit.
Get the fuck out of here.
We won a jerking
flow?
We won a jerking contest together down here in downtown LA.
Y'all won it?
We won it. Like on some You Got Served shit. We was a part of like the young Rugrats. Like it was like third round and we just start adding people and
I have a feeling
crazy.
the reason you won, just from knowing y'all now, I would be intimidated. I feel like the other people are just like, nah, man, I don't even want this.
At the time, I was just, my Dougie was cold. I could Dougie.
You had a cold Dougie?
Yeah, and I did this weird shit. Like I could slide back and like fall on my knees and it not hurt.
Oh my God.
Like,
do you remember the New Boys and that whole movement that we had?
For sure. We start going up like right before jerking was like the end, before all the niggas start gang banging and shit again. So we caught like the right at the end.
Did gang banging stop when the jerk movement happened? Was there like a pause?
Low key, like, cause everybody want the jerk and wear colored skinnies and like, so if you was gang banging, you low key was on niggas like, you gay, like, yo, you a weirdo, you trying to jerk, but like niggas who was jerking, they just, everybody fuck, cause everybody's having fun. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody cared about none of that shit. But like, once that shit was done, everybody went straight back to gang banging.
New Boys, man, we need y'all back.
No, for
That's
sure.
what LA could use right now.
For sure.
We need a New Boys project.
I'm crying. That'll be crazy.
Yeah.
Legacy was tough for sure.
Yeah,
tough.
You know, what's weird is my first video shoot I worked as an intern was "You ain't gonna tie me down when I'm on the road," and I still know that verse. I still know that verse almost verbatim. Like, I can't even think of it now, but I remember Ray J pulled up. This is the first time I learned that. You know, your chains look like they're yours. Ray J was using some chains in the video that weren't his. And I remember being like, no. It felt like I found out Santa Claus was fake.
I'm crying.
I'm like, those aren't his chains. Like all these videos I've seen, I'm all like stressed out. But
I'm crying.
Yeah, so that's good to know. New Boys, y'all saved some lives.
No, for sure. Y'all got us right, man.
Chike Different, man. I'm real impressed. The project, like I said,
so much,
is doing well. People love it. What can we expect next, as far as like video wise? What do you got lined up from it?
I might drop one today, but I'm gonna shoot that It's the A's, and I want to shoot the It's the A's on like some 90s shit with the fisheye, a bunch of dudes in the back in overalls and the beanies that hang off your head. Everybody jumping. Like, I want to do some shit like that. So really, It's the A's, and then the one to dance, I'm gonna go to the Bay and shoot that. So that's gonna be crazy.
That is like a Bay area anthem.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely slide to the Bay for that joint and just go crazy and like just invite all the fans out in one mutual spot and just like, you know what I'm saying? Interpret everybody in the culture out there.
Man, well, listen, LA, we got a job to do. We gotta make sure my guy Chike gets, we gotta keep Chike safe forever, man. You're a real gem to LA.
Thank you, gang.
And I'm like a big hip hop fan, as you can tell. I'm like, I've had this Devin the Dude album for like a decade.
Come on, man.
And I really appreciate you being so in touch with hip hop, but making the music that's relevant now.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of cats are making music that would have been relevant then, and I'm like, you're dope, but like, I don't want to hear this right now.
Yeah, that shit not sticking.
Yeah, so shout out to Chike, man.
Man, thank you so much.
Out now.
And
I'm confidently going to say, I don't think we're going to have to wait 2 years for the next No, I feel like you're on fire now. Like, you're really going to roll.
I'm definitely going to put that foot to the gas. Next one would probably just be a group project, you know what I'm saying, with my guys. Songs already done, you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Everything's already done. We got hella shit already tucked in the cut. It's just, you got to feel right. Got to have that gut feeling about it. And this year is that motherfucking year, man.
Okay.
Man, it's that year.
Chike, I'm saying it right, AzChike when
Yeah,
I say it,
yeah,
right?
you
That's the
is.
project. It's the A, so I don't know if it was like AzChike, AzChike.
Nah.
Sure.
It's definitely the
Clarify.
A's. I got the A's
That was
tatted
for
all on me.
all of us white kids at home
I'll
who didn't
cry.
know how to say it. No, Chike, thank you so much.
Hey, yes, sir.
Chike Different's out now.
Out now,
You're going to be able to
man.
hear that on Dash. You know we're going to be playing that Wanna Dance on Dash.
Come on, man.
That Keisha and Becky. You already know I called Keisha to get some Becky. Man.
Hey,
All right, everybody
real
at home.
shit.
Don't go too far up on a fuck homie. Chike, your boy Marwan here at Dash Radio. We're out.
Hey.